sometimes drains back up. And so we'll call. With us now, David Castillo from Bondwood Capital. We also got Shari Olafson from Carnegie Group, who advises home buyers. David, you got a really interesting thing about why higher rates may not, or maybe they may be good for us. How come?
Well, the reason why, there's a couple of reasons why, Brian. We're at multi-generational lows insofar as interest rates, as we've seen. And we've seen the economic activity that's come as a result of that, through the QE funding and what's gone on. So in my opinion, as we're moving forward and rates are rising higher, clearly Bernanke et al. Are looking at the economy improving, things improving around. We could go back and look at revisions that are going to be coming up in personal income and GDP. The unemployment rate has dropped significantly. Clearly, the higher rates are indicative that we have some sort of inflationary base beginning to build here. And it's my opinion that certainly is good for the economy and will eventually be good for housing because we have greater economic activity.
And also, as rates go up, Shari, wouldn't you say that also there's the possibility that we can see lenders ease up a little bit to compensate for the fact that rates are going up? They don't want to see it all dry up. They don't want to see refis and mortgage applications dry up either, do they?
Right. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen, Mandy. You hit the nail on the head. Refinance business has been about 75% of the business, and the mortgage brokers and the bankers that I interact with every day are salespeople. They're paid to sell loans. That refinance business is going away because the rates are going up. And so what they're doing is they're figuring out ways to ease up on that, those underwriting standards, and they're going to make more and more loans to folks. But that's when buyers really need to beware, because as those standards ease up again, we're beginning to reinvent what we had before.
And Shari, listen, I'm sure I ticked some people off with that analysis that we did, but do you agree that if $150, $180 more a month is going to break you on a home, you want to rethink the purchase? Listen, what if your air conditioning goes out, your hot water heater, you got a leaky roof? If that's your difference, that you're stretching yourself too thin.
Yeah, not so much, Brian, though, because
not so much.
Well, interest rates are one of several factors, but here's the thing with housing is it's not like a Mercedes. You have to live somewhere, so it's a matter of buying an affordable home. And the thing is that as more and more investors have jumped into the market and driven prices up, they've driven rents up too. So rental rates have actually risen faster than interest rates or home ownership rates or anything like that.
But if Shari, if $184 a month is going to decide whether you can afford the home, you can't afford that home.
Well, you buy a less expensive home, like Diana said. That's why we're seeing some more movement in the lower priced homes now. You have to live somewhere. And I have to say, I'm cautiously optimistic that most average Americans who are moving off the fence now, they are looking to lock in their rates instead of maybe looking to adjustable rates. But I'm optimistic that they have learned over the last few years that this time period you should be using to increase your credit score, to save your down payment, to educate yourself about finance. And that's how you make sure you qualify for the absolute best rates. So hopefully you could save yourself some of that added spread.
Right. So you're still going to buy your home. You might just downsize a little bit. David, you've also been in agreement with Shari on this.
Yeah, completely.
There's greater availability of mortgage products out there. Are lots of alternatives these days, right?
Well, a tremendous amount of alternatives there in the mortgage product. And remember, when we think about who's originating the mortgages, what we have in the process, U.S. banks are in better shape than they've ever been in a long time. The financial system is in better shape than it's been in a while. If you think about it, right now is the right time to begin opening up credit standards a little bit after we've come through this, almost reset button sort of crisis. So I completely agree.
David, do you think, you were out there a couple years ago talking about all this stuff coming. You were right. Do you think we've learned anything? It seems to me we are just inching our way back to 2007 here.
No, I totally disagree.
Why?
I don't see that at all.
How dare you?
How dare me? We've got the American finance industry, the securitization industry has done more to create credit and opportunities for Americans and American businesses than really any other system in the world.
They brought down the world economy.
Did they? I don't know. Seems like we're both all employed here. We're all working, right? So it's my opinion that I think it's a good thing. All right, I do think it's a good thing.
Okay.
And then there's some other things. Think about it. With rising rates, when it comes to mortgages, you're going to attract other outside investors. Other outside investors participating because the general level of interest rates are going to be higher, right?
So bottom line, we shouldn't be fearing the rise in rates, but what about a quick rise in rates? And is that still a possibility?
That's painful, and it's only helpful to guys on Wall Street.
The one thing to wrap it up, Shari, does the higher rate really hurt the investor buyer? Because if you're going to rent a place out, you've got your sort of profit margin, and that will knock out a lot of investor buyers who just want to rent. They don't want to live.
Right. Well, investors are seeing that they're not getting the returns they were planning on because the prices that they're paying are going up faster than the rents that they can gather. And already some of those big institutional lenders do not see the returns that they were hoping for.
David, Shari, thank you very much for stopping by Street Signs. Coming up,